Okay guys, hello, I'm Mike Alexander, race director for the Dyfi 13 and Dyfi Aquathlon 26k and Beat the Tide, which is taking place on the 8th of September. But yeah, 22nd of September are the longer options. I just wanted to show you a little bit of route info, quite a lot of it on the website, including the GPS playback from last year. And of course the actual route on Outdoor Active, which you can look at in your own time. That's a swim, 13k, and for those doing the run as well, that's the run. One question I had about the run: there's no cut-off for the run, so I think there's a few people that did it in 2 hours last year, for 13k. So you don't have to rush, just jog slowly. So yeah, let's have a look at the GPS playback, which you click here, and eventually it'll pop up. And we'll also have a look at Google Earth, which is here, which is quite good actually. This is a similar kind of state of tide as when you guys will start ish, more or less. So around the jetty, of course, quite a lot of sighting here. The flow will be the fastest, pretty fast here. So yeah, sight for the boats more often than you expect, and away we go, because they're all moored onto buoys, anchored to the seabed, the estuary bed. But you do suddenly approach them faster than you expect. After about 2k, the first thing I wanted to point out was the Trevry, what's called Trevry. It looks a bit like a castle. There's like a turret here with a Welsh flag on it. As you swim this way, the tide kind of pushes you right. It hits the rocks and then kind of bounces off this way. Tuck around, so break that kind of eddy line and tuck around there, and then that's the way to go. Follow the lead boats, but it's good to have an advance notice if you like. If you get kicked off this way, you end up kind of walking. It's a bit shallow there, but if you stay kind of close in there, you can just about swim. It's just deep enough there just to swim along. And we'll have a look at that now on the tracker, which is the link from the website. Fiona won again. It's slightly slower. It's the slowest time actually last year. It's always different. Tide's always different. Weather is always different. People are always different, of course. So to view it, you click on the little arrow of Fiona, for example, and then press that, and it'll pop up. Something weird happens at the start. I'm not sure what was going on there, but away she goes. Let's speed it up a little bit. We'll zoom in a touch, and speed up to 50 times. So she's gone, past all the moored boats there, and away we go. This is the castle I was talking about. So we can see, swims around and tucks in and stays close to the shore. Okay. It's not an actual castle, but it looks a little bit like one with a flag on it. And away you go. Next you pass Abertafel, little village. There's a river, comes in from the left, might feel a bit of cool water there. A couple of houses, not many. And then next thing to look out for is the Ffrangog boatyard, which has a couple of boats, usually kind of on land, a bit of structure, a few bits to see there. Staying close to the north side again. Kind of spits you around, but yeah, you just stay on, you follow that line. And here it feels really wide. It's not that wide, but it just feels wide. If you go too far right, you may end up wading. If you do come into knee-deep water, try and swim as much as you can, because it's faster with the flow coming in. If you can stay in the water swimming, it'll be faster than wading. High elbows might help. Of course, if you wade, but you can actually swim the whole way. Here, the flow, it starts to narrow a little bit. The flow's faster on the outside of the bend. Look out if you want to something to look out for. the 8K mark is there's a wooden, what looks like a wooden shed. It's a lookout for birds. The osprey, they have osprey around here. So yeah, that's a good thing to look out for on your right. That's 8 kilometres. And then it's actually, if you only stayed central there, but it's actually a faster flow around this outside corner. And then you go around that, and eventually you'll see the railway bridge here, and that's 10k, just over 10k. You want to be under that within 2 hours. There's another target for you. If you're under that within 2 hours, you're going to make it okay. This sharp bend to the right is about 1 kilometre after the bridge. So when you get to here, it feels like you've hit a dead end. It's just a sharp right. And then it's kind of a few more bends, not far to go. When you see this kind of island, grassy island with a couple of bushy trees on it, it's about 1 kilometre to go. And into the finish on the left. If you get to here at about 2:50 to 2:55, 3 hours, the tide may have peaked and starting to go back, ebb. The start of the tide is quite slow, so you can still swim against it for the first, certainly, 45 minutes. So yeah, if you can swim 3k an hour, sustained for 2.5 hours, you'll be absolutely fine. Just keep going. Swim on. For those getting the bus, which is most of you, you'll walk 10 minutes to the village of Pennell where the coach will be. The runners run back, so you kind of run towards the coach actually, and then you cut back and then onto the Wales Coast Path the whole way back. You can look at the GPS file that's on the website. But yeah, that's it. Spread the word. There's still some places available, and that's the kind of bigger picture. And there we go. See you in September. I'll be in touch before then, but yeah, see you then.